forefathers, the God has proved himself to us, the God that has been so good to us over this entire year. I'm from Banglore. I'm part of Emmanuel Baptist Church. I'm a worship leader over there. And had the opportunity to travel all around Nagaland. I had gone to Futsero, Melluri, Kifere, Shamato, Twinsang, Longling, Mokokchang. So probably more places than most of you all have been to. And that's just a privilege that the Lord has given me. I was able to minister in the church at Melluri, at Shamator, at Kifere, and in Longling as well. And I had the opportunity to meet with two tribes that I shall not name, who are currently not in good terms with one another. And one of those tribes did not let me in. They didn't want me to come into their village. But prayerfully, I was scared for my life. I don't know. I know that 200 years ago, yes, this state has had a lot of headhunters. So I don't know what's going on, and apparently there were gunshots just a week before I went. But the Lord gave me the boldness, and in faith I went in. After 2 rounds of interviews, the pastor said, okay, you can come in, come straight to the village, come to the church, meet with the pastor, and you have to go out. So as an outsider, as a mainland Christian, as a neutral person, I had the opportunity to pour out my heart and share with both these pastors of both the tribes. Why my heart aches for the disunity that exists. Nagaland has set such an amazing example to the rest of India for its faith and for the Christianity and for the churches and for the believers like y'all. And I shared with the pastors and I said, coming from there, I really wish, for one, that Nagaland is united for Christ. And I also, my organization is Revival Literature Fellowship. We have literature, we have conferences, we focus on the end times, Bible prophecy and the second coming of Jesus. So I also told both these pastors, Jesus is going to come soon. We don't know when. It could be right now, it could be next year, we don't know. But when Jesus comes, do you think you all want to be found fighting with one another over land? Land that is going to be destroyed when the Lord comes and reigns on this earth. There's going to be a new earth and a new heaven. It's going to perish. So what's the point? And well, the pastor accepted me. He was very welcome. He thanked me for coming. But that has been my ministry, traveling around Nagaland, praying with the pastors, praying for the youth, praying for the various things that are entering Nagaland, the non-biblical, the satanic practices that are coming in. I've been praying very earnestly. My grandfather has been coming from the 1960s. We know a lot of Nagas, a lot of Lothas as well. We know, I just took down the names from my father. We know one Mr. Raben Lotha, then one Mr. M. Kikon, another John Lotha, who was the Minister of Horticulture, and one former MLA, Y. Yanthin. These have been good family friends of ours. They have invited my father also to speak in Dimapur Baptist Church, and my father has preached in this church. I don't know if any of the senior people remember Reverend Ezra Ishmael. He preached sometime over 2 decades ago in this church. And the ministry that I do is, again, focused on the end times. We have different outreach programs, and I want to just remind all of y'all, the Lord has blessed you all with the freedom to worship. Before, I think you all must have heard about what's going on in the country during Christmas. And you all are reading about it only because it was Christmas. But there are a lot more incidents that happen during the rest of the year that doesn't reach the news, doesn't reach Nagaland. And I want to urge each one of y'all, don't take this liberty for granted. Don't take the fellowship that we share with one another as the church for granted. Don't take the church, the pastor, the communion that we share for granted, because that's a privilege that I can only imagine and that I'm envious of you guys having. And I want you all to be encouraged in the church, continue to fulfill the vision and the calling that God has given to each one of you all. My organization has a lot of programs, and and I can't get into all of those, but if you all would like to know about it, please come and meet me after the service. I would love to meet each and every one of you. There was a young man who was going to preach his very first sermon, and he got his notes ready, went to the church, and then the pastor called him up. He came, he opened the Bible, he could not find his notes. So as a filler, he said, Jesus says, I am coming soon. And he continued searching for his notes. He looked back at his bench, he could not find it. So again, as a second filler, he said, Jesus says, behold, I am coming soon. Still couldn't find his notes, and he started to get a little stressed, And then the third time, he pounded the podium and he said, Jesus says, behold, I'm coming soon. And when he pounded the podium, the whole podium crashed. There's a senior lady sitting up in the front. And he apologized to her. He said, I'm so sorry for what I've done and I've probably hurt you. Then the old lady said, no, you shouldn't be blamed. You told me 3 times that you are coming, but I did not move out of the way. So it's just a reminder that Jesus is coming, and we ought to be ready and put aside all your petty issues and focus on the one true living God and live lives that honor Him and that we are ready when He comes. Thank you for this opportunity. God bless each one of you.